So I haven't reviewed a movie in about a month, and the last one was Nonstop. That was about a month ago tomorrow. I guess the Noah review counts, but that was made in October of 2013. I have seen movies that have come out in the past few weeks. I just haven't reviewed them. I'm just gonna discuss my basic thoughts on them in this video because I just want to get these out of the way so I don't have to feel like, oh, I have to make videos about these. And these are just gonna be mini reviews, alright? So let's just get started with the one I watched today, I guess. I watched Divergent today, and I wasn't looking forward to it. I thought it would be terrible, even though I like Shailene Woodley, and surprisingly, I really enjoyed this movie. Maybe it's just because I have sort of a soft spot for these types of movies, I guess. No, not really. Not sure why I said that. I really only like the Hunger Games movies that I recall of young adult novels turned to movies. But this movie I thought was good. Shailene Woodley was fantastic in the lead role. Her love interest was good. Most of the acting was okay for the most part. None of it was really just outright great. Kate Winslet was good as well. Her brother, who plays her love interest in a movie coming out in a few months, just was not very good. Just get beyond the acting. The action was fun to watch, but the story, it was okay. Like, it was just kind of like, it was a story that you could see where things were going inside of it, and the writing is okay. It's really the performances that I enjoyed, and it was a fun movie to watch. I kind of want to read the books now because I feel like there'll be more in the books for me to actually digest, because this didn't really explain too much about the world that they're living in. It was just kind of like, alright, here are factions, oh yeah, there was a war, and now there are factions, and join a faction, and it was like, oh, okay, this is what's going on now, okay. Divergent had some good performances, it was enjoyable, the action was very fun. The story itself is not that great in my opinion, but I feel like they could flesh it out more in sequels, which I'm sure we'll be getting soon. I'm gonna give it a B-. I also saw 300 Rise of an Empire last week, and I can see how these movies have appeal. I do, but it just gets to a point where I'm watching it and halfway through, it's just like, this is the same repetitive stuff going on, and I know that 300 was the movie that introduced this style of action, but the fact that it's been worn out ever since then makes this movie feel like it's just no different. It doesn't feel fresh at all. It's just same slow-mo, quick cuts, slice and dice. Everything's on a green screen, and it's really noticeable. The CGI, there's so much CGI blood in the movie. It bugged me after a while. I didn't hate watching it necessarily. There were still some really good moments. There was a really great sex scene, and I wouldn't usually comment on that, but it was funny, so that was the best part of the movie, honestly. None of the acting is very good, per se. It really can't be good in this type of movie. This is one of those movies where you really have to ham it up to have fun. Eva Green did that. The main guy, he didn't have any charisma. He was like, oh, I'm stoic soldier, slice, kill, bleh. 300 Rise of an Empire, it's okay. I'll give it a C. I saw Mr. Peabody and Sherman a few weeks ago. That was a decent kids movie. It had some fun moments. It moved at a brisk pace. The voice talent was really good. There were some great jokes in there that I'm remembering. It's just not great. It's just that it's a movie that you could take kids to instead of the Lego Movie, and they could actually learn a few things, possibly, because there was a lot of history involved in it. I had fun with it. I'll give it a B. Here's one I feel like is going to be polarizing. I saw Nebraska, and I didn't get it. Like, I was watching it, it wasn't good to me. I was bored throughout most of the movie. There were definitely shades of brilliance from Alexander Payne in his directing and the way the movie is written. I don't know if he wrote it or not, but there's some really funny moments in the movie, but that's just interspersed with so much boring stuff going on. Like, I could just never get into these characters and actually understand. I could understand where they're coming from, but I could just never get into the characters and what they're trying to do. It's a lot of, like, old people drama, and I frankly don't care about old people drama. I don't care about how, and so much of the comedy derives from, oh, they're old and they don't remember stuff. Like, there was a whole scene where they were just sitting there, and it was a bunch of old people sitting around the TV, and they were like, oh, you have that? No, yes, funny, ugh. And the performances in Nebraska are very good. I'm not saying that this movie is just bad all around or anything like that. All the performances were great. Bruce Stern was fantastic, as was June Squibb. I thought she stole the movie every time she was on screen. And Will Forte gave a good performance too. Bob Odenkirk had a small role and he was good too. It's just the movie, I didn't get it. I didn't get why it had to be in black and white, and that's just my problem. I'm gonna give Nebraska a C-. Dallas Buyers Club, that was pretty much Matthew McConaughey just being fantastic. He totally deserved the Oscar he got for that movie. Jared Leto was fantastic too, even though I think Michael Fassbender should have gotten the Oscar, but that, again, that doesn't take away anything from Jared Leto's performance. He was great. Matthew McConaughey was great as well. And I was really interested in the story. It moved well. There weren't too many moments where it dragged. I thought it was really enjoyable. It was directed well. Dallas Buyers Club, I would give an A- to. And one other movie I'm trying to remember. What did I see in January that I didn't review? Oh, God. I saw Ride Along. I don't even know if I should even review this or talk about it, but you know what? I want to, because Ride Along was shit. It was so unfunny. I was sitting there and I was with a group of people and none of us were laughing. That is not good. When you go to comedies with groups of people, you should be able to laugh. Even if it's not a funny movie, you should be able to laugh with each other and make fun of it. Couldn't happen, because this movie was just that terrible. It was so not funny. I mean, why are they making Ride Along 2? And I like Kevin Hart. I think he's really funny, or he can be really funny. But just here, he just gets so goddamn annoying. My friend outlined the movie so well. The whole movie was just Icy going, "Yo man, be a cop," and then Kevin Hart going, and that's just the whole movie, and that's what they think is funny, and it's not funny. Ride Along gets a D- because I did chuckle a few times, but that's it, and it's not good. So those are all the movies I've seen in the past few weeks / months that I didn't review. So just, if you want to talk about any of them, go ahead, write beautiful comments down there and tell me what you think. And if you like this video, hit that subscribe button down there, because if you don't, we'll get Ride Along 3, which will probably happen anyway.